Welcome to the Lead Journal, the podcast where we uncover stories of bold choices and inner transformation from change makers around us. I'm your host, Jafar Abbas, and today's guest is someone whose work bridges the gap between pain and potential. Joining me is Vinoth Kumar, a consciousness facilitator and personal evolution mentor from Tamil Nadu, India. Vinod helps individuals gracefully heal, evolve, and live with purpose by transforming their deepest challenges into sources of strength. With a mission to impact 1 million lives, his mentorship programs and retreats offer a path to conscious living, health, and fulfillment. Get ready for a powerful conversation about healing, evolution, and the courage to transform from within. Let's dive in.
Thank you for having me here, Jafar.
Yes.
So currently I call myself as a consciousness facilitator, but I have not started this way. So I was into IT in the beginning of my career, uh, 2007 to 2010. Then I was into startups. I had a startup, a business and technology consulting startup. And in the process, I become so stressful, so disturbed. I was not paying attention to my body. I was not paying attention to my lifestyle. And then somehow I developed an autoimmune condition. So this happened in the year of 2014. Uh, so then the only choice I had is to find ways to come back to a healthier state. Because every medical system I was exploring gave me no answers. And it was feeling like a dead end at the age of 28. Um, so then I started working on myself. I started understanding about health and well being. I spent a good amount of time in understanding my own body, my own how I created this condition, how I contributed to this health challenges. So in the process, I learned a lot of healing modalities, and after like spending some time, a few years, there's a lot of people helped me. A lot of people helped me. I had a lot of mentors who taught me a lot of things about dietary adjustments, lifestyle adjustments, mental and emotional states, how it contributes to the health and well-being. I also had mentors on energy work. I also had mentors on awareness, consciousness. So there are a lot of people who helped me. And then I started working on myself. Basically, it took me like around 2.5 years just to start becoming functional. From 2014, it took me around 2.5 years to start walking without any external support. Start uh, getting into a job. Start being fully functional. And there are a lot of learnings in this time period. And after going deep into that, I was not able to continue the business and technology consulting which I was doing in the past. I felt called to help others who are in their healing journeys, who are working towards their health and well-being, and that is what made me choose this as a profession. Yes, Jaffer, you had something.
Defining moment was your health issue. So, began thought pretty critical that you had to try something a bit more so that you can help yourself and your health.
Yes. Yes. So the defining moment was a pain. That when I was in pain, I was more feeling like it was looking like a dead end at that time, and I was not able to find any answers. The more I tried, the answers I got is about this cannot be healed. This cannot be their health cannot be improved. That is the kind of answers I was getting, and I came across a book, a very old Tamil what is it, poetry, where it is mentioned "தீதும் நன்றும் பிறர் தரவாரா," which means you are the one who is responsible for all your challenges and all your pains and challenges, and you are the one who is responsible for your health and well-being. So it can be roughly translated like this: you are the one who is responsible for all your experiences. So this is the defining moment for me. So this moment pivoted me into finding answers for myself. Prior to that, I was relying on the external support system. I was relying on medicines and supplements and anti-inflammatory drugs and other things. But when I encountered this particular statement, so it opened my eyes, and then I started seeing how I am playing a role in this particular health condition and how I can play a role in becoming more healthier.
Sorry if it is like a bit. Were you married at the time? That's why that much stress, or
No, no, no. I was in startups. I was trying to succeed in my startup. I was trying to create a larger impact, and then I was trying to raise funds for my startup. So, so I was everywhere. It's a startup life, right? So I had to play every role of the startup. I need to be a CEO. I need to be a CFO. I need to be a CMO. I need to manage employees. I also need to raise funds. I also need to pay salaries. I also need to market and sell my products. I also need to fulfill my customer needs. So I had team, but I'm the front end in my startup. So and I was trying hard that time. I was in, and then I was trying hard that time.
the founder has to do so much things there? That must have been stressful. I can understand. So, so like, how do you define consciousness in your field? Like, what what do you think is consciousness?
So I call myself as a consciousness facilitator, and so there's something so something so beautiful I started seeing like 5 6 years before. So it is again another pivot of my healing journey or life journey, where I started seeing things so differently from the way I was seeing in the past. So when I got the pain, it was like the pain is against me.
Yeah.
This pain is harming me. This pain is challenging me. So this is what was happening when I got the pain for the very first time, like or any challenge, right? The way I look at the challenge was the challenge is against me, the pain is against me. So that was a narrative in my deep in my consciousness. And after some inner work, I also started seeing how the same pain which I was seeing as a challenge is also helping me to evolve, is also helping me to live a better quality of life, is also helping me to move towards a healthier, happier, fulfilling life.
So I
So
feel
that
like pain can help us grow as well. It can hurt us, but if we look at from a different perspective, it can help us grow. Is yeah.
exactly, exactly. So I call myself as consciousness facilitator because I help people uh, who are seeing the pains and challenges as against them to I'll help them to reach a point where they start seeing the pain is for them. The pains and challenges they are going through is for their own evolution, for their own health and well-being, for their own journey of tapping into their true potential or fullest life. So this 2.5 years in the beginning of the healing journey, even though it is painful, even though it is challenging, the pain has driven me to change a lot of my unserving patterns. I was sleeping, my sleep quality was so poor, but this pain helped me to prioritize sleep. I was not eating nutritious food. I was more into fried and junk foods. But this pain has helped me to consciously make the food choices. I was not moving myself enough every day. And this pain has helped me to understand how much it is important to use every part of my body. So, yes, in the beginning, it was like pain is against me. But in the process, I started realizing the value of my body, the value of this whole system. And then it helped me to value it, prioritize it, and that helped me to become more healthier, happier, and fulfilled. So the pain which I was seeing as against me in the beginning, in the process, I started seeing it as this pain is for me, for my own alignment, for my own evolution. I become a better person with every pain I encountered after that. I was able to see myself growing, evolving, and getting better in something.
It was basically a sign to grow. Is that what you are saying? Like, it was a sign that we need.
We can see it in various ways. It is a sign um, of aligning yourself. You know that you cannot do something, but you end up doing the same again and again endlessly. So, on the body or life communicates to you in a very subtle way, stop doing this. But we don't pay attention to that, right? I had many such clues in the initial years of startups. I was stressful, but I continued. I was not sleeping enough. I was feeling tired all the time, but I was not sleeping. I was not compensating the sleep. I was gaining a lot of weight, but I was not moving. My body was resisting the kind of food I'm eating. I was getting acid reflux and many digestive disturbances, but I was continuing to eat the same thing. So I was not aligning myself with the simpler things. Then light gave me a stronger pain so that I can stop doing all these things. I can stop abusing myself in all these ways, and then slowly come back to a better lifestyle, come back to better habits, come back to prioritizing my health and well-being. So this pain is has helped me to align myself, and since I am aligned, I feel I had grown. I had become a better version of myself. Previously, I was not listening, but after this pain, I was able to listen better.
Like if like I'm suffering from same thing, because not like I'm suffering because sometimes I'd also try to, you know, sleep on time, but I'm not able to do that. So if you had to recommend me something like what's the basic mentorship process you uh, advice you give people, so what's like, because I know that you are a mentor, right? You help me, you, so yeah, what's the basic advice you give people?
So, it is going to be different in with every person, with every situation. It is going to be different. If you ask me the same question at a different point in time, or if someone else asks the same question, I'll be responding in a different way, because the presence is what is driving me. So, because the presence is what is going to help us navigate what is the one thing which I can do right now. So, so being present to your own self. The basic advice is something very simple. It is being present to your own sensations, your own inner feelings, your own bodily signs. Listen to the voice of the organism. So that can be the basic prescription, because it is okay to miss it at once in a while. But if you are missing the voice of the organism, if the body wants to sleep, but if you want to continue staying awake, the body wants to drink water, but if you have some other priority in your mind, if your body wants to eat, but you don't want to, your mind says complete this task and then go and eat. So we have been abusing ourselves by not listening to the voice of the organism, not listening to the body. Sometimes it is also the mind, right? The mind doesn't want to do something, but we force it so much to do something, right? So the more we start listening to our own self, our own bodily signs, and our own stress, we can easily come back to our optimal state. We don't need to wait a bigger pain to teach us. Instead, we can learn from all these simpler signs, and we can prevent a lot of challenges in our life.
I think the basic teaching would be to listen to ourselves. Like when our body gives signs, we should listen to it. We tend to ignore it and go forward with whatever is in life. Yes. So like was there a moment like when you were so happy because you changed someone's life that much? Can you give like someone told you that they you have helped them a lot or something similar?
So there are hundreds of such testimonials or case studies I have. So if you want me to pick one,
Yeah.
then
The happiest the most or something, which
no, I think a lot of such moments. It is since I was into this for last 10 years. I had a lot of such moments. But one thing which is so meaningful to me is uh, it everything is meaningful, but the one thing which is so meaningful, which I'm able to see right now, is about one of my client. She had 17 years of depression, 17 years of medication, and she was into lot of medications, antidepressant, other things, and she was having a lot of health challenges. But now she is a facilitator. She helps others to heal from their depression. So wherever she was at some point, now she's able to help a similar kind of people. So she had a beautiful shift through the mentorship process, through her own inner work. It is not only me who has contributed. She also surrendered to the process. She worked on herself. She did her best every single time. And then she was able to contribute to many such people, right? So this is one of the most fulfilling moment I'm able to see right now, but there are many such moments.
It's a beautiful thing. First, you heal yourself because you cannot help others unless you heal yourself first, unless you help yourself first. That that's a simple thing. So, wh- what's been your most fulfilling moment of your life? Like, can you?
So the most fulfilling moment, if you ask me, I've been consistently evolving, like in every aspect. I'm feeling an expansion in my consciousness. I am able to look at things in a very different way. I am able to help people in a very different way, and I'm able to give results in the quickest possible time. It is not only about the clients, right? It is also about the family. So I'm able to help my whole family, my partner, my sister, my daughter, my parents in some level. So I think many times, like people like us face these kind of challenges. We'll be able to help a lot of people outside in the family, outside the family. When someone starts working with us as a client, it is easy to help. But when it is from the immediate family, they start seeing us as a partner or as a father or as a son, right? So, and there is also a kind of memories and attachments we have about them, and it is hard to help. In the beginning, I was not able to help my family members, but nowadays I'm able to see that I'm able to gracefully help my family members, and they're also looking forward to get help from me. So I think that is a fulfilling moment.
If we say listeners, so if we, what's the first thing if you can give them advice like they can implement today, or they can improve their life by improving that habit or something like that? You recommend something. I think the first thing that comes in my mind is like sleep because even I suffer from that. I am like sleeping sometimes 6 hours, some 5 hours. I don't know it. Even because even I am trying to figure out life and do things. So what advice would you give to?
Okay, so I like to go in detail on this question, like because I want to give the viewers some basics. Maybe I'll spend few minutes on giving the basics. So there are moments in your life where you feel life is against you, the people are against you, the challenges are against you, the pain you are experiencing in your body, mind, or life is against you, and it is absolutely fine to feel that. I also been there multiple times. Many times I've been there, uh, and it is fine. But what happens when you operate from this state, right? When you start operating from the state that this is against me, this person is against me, this situation is against me, this pain is against me, we feel more powerless. And when we feel powerless, we don't take action. uh, we don't uh, we don't have an intention to outgrow that particular situation. We feel stuck there. So after some time, there will be a point in time where you feel, I'm going to change this. I'm going to change the world. I'm going to change my body. I'm going to change this life. I'm going to change the relationship. So there comes a point you feel that life is by me. I'm going to change everything, or I'm going to solve this. I'm going to show who I am. Okay. This is also useful. Uh, how it is useful? Because sometimes you also get some results. You also get some results. You also make a progress. But what happens, right? When you operate from the state, life is against me. You feel powerless. When you operate from a state, life is by me. You take all the burden. You take all the responsibilities, and then you fight hard. And in the process of fighting hard, you start feeling frustrated, burnt out, exhausted, and then you start losing your grounds. You start withdrawing after some point. So instead of seeing something as against you, instead of seeing something as by me, if you start seeing how it is for me, how this particular experience, how this pain is for my own development, how this particular pain is for my own growth, how this particular challenge is for my own evolution, how this particular person who is challenging me is for my own growth. If we start seeing in those lines, we'll be able to start working on ourselves. We start becoming a better human being. We start integrating a lot of better healthy habits. We start releasing some of the unserving patterns, and then we grow from that narrative of the mind. This pain is for me. How can you quickly outgrow this? Then what happens is you start making the same pain as your friend. So I use this phrase even in my Instagram. You can turn your pain into your leverage. What is leverage? Leverage is going to be your highest advantage. If you have a bigger pain, you can make it as your biggest advantage. So my advantage comes from being in pain for so many years. That that pain is what is helping me to coach and mentor people, and that is why I'm able to resonate with them rather than learning it from a medical school or from a nutrition school. Whatever I learned is from my own body, from my own life experience. Because of that particular learning, I was able to help thousands of people in the last 10 years. So this one narrative, if we can integrate how this is for me, how this challenge is for me, how this pain is for me, how the other person is shouting at me, but how it is for me, then we get better in our communication, we get better in setting boundaries, we get better in responding back. So there are a lot of shifts which starts to happen within yourself. So I think this is one of the most critical aspect of personal evolution and healing. You should start seeing how this pain or a challenge or life or the person who is challenging you is for you, for your own growth and evolution. Then the game is going to be very different. The healing journey, the evolution journey is going to be very seamless, and consistently you'll start seeing progress. Yes, Jafar. Sorry for taking more time, but I wanted to give this foundation to people.
Yeah, it's a bored thing. So I know someone like who he applied to like tens and maybe 100 jobs, and he got like nothing for that. So he was like, very down, and he gave up, and like he started using my phone, playing games, and he almost gave up on everything. So how do you help them? How do you support them to motivate them to try and try again? And so what would be
Yes,
the
yes, yes. Yes, when someone has applied for 1,000 jobs, or when someone is getting rejected again and again, it only means either they carry this narrative of life is against me, they are trying it out of desperation, or they are trying it by me. Let me prove myself. Only these two states will fetch these kind of results. Like if it is a against me narrative, they feel like stopping after the like 10th or 20th application. They don't feel the power to apply more. But if someone is applying for 1,000 jobs, like back to back, that only means let me prove myself. Let me prove myself. So maybe they are trying to prove in the wrong place. Every person is good in some way. But if they try to prove it in a different arena, they'll only fail. If Sachin Tendulkar try to compose music, he might fail. If A.R. Rahman try to get into a cricket court, he will fail. Right? So if you start trying in a different arena, then the possibilities of failure is much higher. Instead, we can pivot it consistently. We can pivot it, right? When you get rejected by from 10 different companies, we can reflect. We can see why I am getting rejected. What is it something I'm missing here, or what are the companies trying to communicate to me, or what is it I need to work on? What is a skill or ability or something which I'm missing, which can help me to get jobs? Or am I loving something else? Is my arena a different thing, not here?
maybe
Is that
maybe life is telling us that we are in the wrong place. We need to change our.
we are in the wrong mindset? Life is against me or by me, or we are trying it in a wrong arena. So how we work with our clients? We listen to them. We listen to their stories, and then we pick up the vocabulary from the way they express the story, and that gives us a lot of clues about how they look at life. And like, see, there is a beautiful so you might have heard about Midas touch, right? So there's something called Midas touch, right? Midas touch is like, if you touch something, it turns into gold. So there are stories on Midas touch, right? So it is a metaphor, right? So there is this something called Midas touch. There is also something disturbed touch. When you are disturbed internally, whatever we touch will also get disturbed. So when we release this internal, when we heal this internal disturbance, then whatever we touch will start getting better. So all of us can develop this Midas touch. So why someone is failing 1,000 times? Because there is an internal disturbance. And with the disturbance, the person is touching multiple times, hundreds of times, thousands of times. And it is only getting disturbed. And within the mind of that person, I am not worth it. I'm not good enough. He'll keep proving LX is equal to RHS. I know this company is going to reject me. And then the company rejects him very clearly. So we work on these narratives, internal narratives. And then when we change the narrative, the same person can easily get into a career choice, a better career, or he can get into even he can get into something much bigger than what he is trying for. Maybe he is trying for a software job or something of a mediocre offering, right? If he is getting rejected multiple times, it only means he has a greater purpose. I was into like my journey, right? I'm an instrumentation control engineer from NIT Trichy. It's a premium college, a premium institute in India. I had secured state second rank in my school days. And then I was into IT companies, bigger companies. I had my own startup. But finally, life put me into something which is more meaningful, fulfilling for me. I can see all these as my failures. I can also see all this pivoted me into something more meaningful. So today I'm living a meaningful life. This person can also tap into the possibility. He can slowly pivot himself, understand what he is very good at, what life wants him to do. Then when he start doing it, he will be recognized. He will feel so much fulfillment and empowerment within himself. So we work on that level, Jafar. These people have a lot of traffic in the mind. The mind is so gross. It is about failure. It is about I'm not good enough. So they will not be able to listen to what they wanted to do. Instead, they start living out of compulsion. Like they get influenced from the outside, from the people around them, and then they start doing something. And the mind is like it is like a full road full of traffic jam, right? That person will not be able to see things clearly. So when someone starts working with us, we will help them to declutter their mind, understand what they are good at, where they should start flowing. Then they start flowing in the direction. Then they start getting better. They start feeling empowered, and then start tapping into their true potential.
Yeah, a lot of people just ignore that yeah, because that happens even with me. We need to listen to ourselves, and we need to listen to the flow and things like ourselves. That's that's something a lot of us we need to work on. So yes. So so to the listeners who are listening, if they want to take steps with you, like if they want to maybe get a mentorship with you or something like that, how they can reach you and how they can connect with
I have an Instagram. I have an Instagram page, v.s.vinoth Kumar, VINOTHKUMAR. It's my Instagram page. People can check out my work, check out the testimonials, and then start working with me. So if they contact me through Instagram or my WhatsApp, then I'll be able to guide them appropriately on how to get started and how to get into the mentorship. So that is one thing. And how I'll help them is like I'll give them some foundational offering where they start understanding about their present state of consciousness and how can they work with themselves. Like there are multiple layers they can work on. So I give them a framework in the beginning in the foundation program. Once they start feeling resonated with that, then I'll take them to my mentorship. Or the other way to work with me is through retreats. Even like on this Thursday, like day after tomorrow, I have a retreat in Tamil Nadu. So when people join for a retreat, they will see a lot of shifts within their own self. Like their body gets shifted, the pain comes down, the challenges comes down, the mind gets shifted, the mind becomes more calmer, relaxed, joyful. The energy becomes seamless, like the flow of vitality becomes seamless. And they also start seeing some changes in their existing life aspects. So once they go through this experience of 3 days immersive experience through retreats, then they can apply for the mentorship, because mentorship is for people who are resonating with the journey. If someone is not resonating with this kind of work, if someone is looking forward a particular outcome, not ready to change themselves, align themselves, then for them this mentorship is not going to work. So there is a foundation, either through online a foundation or a retreat. They should be part of retreat. Then they can apply for my mentorship. So that is why I take people for my mentorship.
If they get into a mentorship, so how long does it usually take, or is it like a long process, or how long?
So the minimum, see, mentorship is for, see, people come to me for different reasons for my mentorship. So there are people who join a mentorship for working on on their pains and challenges. So there are also people who are in part of my mentorship with aspirational goals. They want to bring in a lot of love and harmony in the relationships. They love to impact a lot of people. They love to have financial abundance. So it happens in two levels. One is addressing the challenges. Second is moving towards their fullest life, tapping into their true potential. So this is a long-term process that people can withdraw at any time. So there is no compulsion to stay with me. Only if someone feels resonated with to work with me, it can stay with me. There are people working with me for like 5 years now. Like there are people who also dropped after 1 year, right? So because they're called for something else.
I just thought of just one question. Like, so is it like online or just in Tamil Nadu?
So it's a hybrid. We have retreats every 2 months, every 3 months. We have retreats somewhere. Like now it is happening only in the southern part of India, like Tamil Nadu, Bangalore, such places. But we are also planning to expand it across pan India and also international retreats. So the retreats are like immersive experience. Like 3 days, they go deep within themselves and then they work on themselves. They evolve to a better version. That is what happens in the retreat. The role of online calls is to anchor them in the same state. Every single week or most of the working days we connect, at least for 15-20 minutes.
Is there anything else you would like to share with the audience, steps?
Yes, maybe the one more key insight I like to give is about relaxing yourself so deeply. So there is we can operate from different states. Whenever I say life is against me or life is by me, we operate from. So there is this region, right? You start feeling a threat in the life. So there is something of a flight and fight response, right? So you primarily operate from that state, flight and fight. And there is also a point where we start accessing our intuition, creativity, and solve the same problem in a very different way, very creative way, very intuitive way. And we start thinking out of the box solutions rather than getting stuck in the usual ways of doing solving a problem. We start solving problems in the out of the way box way. So for that to happen, it is so important to relax ourselves consistently every single day. As Jafar said, sleep is one of the ways you can relax, but other ways also you can relax. You can relax yourself. You can just pay attention to any part of your body which is tight, which is stiff, and just relax. Take few deep breaths and then relax. So this is something all of us can practice, especially if you see a threat. If mind is seeing a threat, right, about something, you can just affirm the mind. It is equally safe, unless if a wild animal is chasing you, trying to eat you, unless if someone is trying to kill you with a knife or a pistol, there is no real threat. Everything else is a perceived threat, like kneeling down in the school, going to office on time, going to school on time, completing task on time. These are challenges, but not threats. But the mind started seeing all these things are threat because of the conditioning from the school and the family systems.
Now we need to relax ourselves consistently from seeing all these threats, catching the bus, catching the train, catching the flight. So there are a lot of things which we see as threat, and all the moments, right? All the moments where whenever we see the threat, if we can relax every single day, if we relax with every perceived threat, and then just ensure ourselves that this is safe, this is not lion chasing me, tiger chasing me, this is not someone trying to kill me. It is a challenge. Then we rewrite, we create a new neurological pathway, we rewire ourselves, and then we start responding to the situation in a better way. Or else we feel stuck. We take a lot of time to work. We take a lot of time to outgrow a particular experience of in life. So this is something which I really love to share it with all the viewers or listeners here.
For me, this session has taught me like listen to yourself. Like don't ignore what your body is and soul is telling you. We need to hear what our mind and body are telling you because pain can help us grow, or if we ignore it, it can, you know, destroy our lives. It was great having you here, Vinod, Mr. Vinod. It was an amazing experience. So, uh, I hope we
Thank you, Jafar. Thank you for having me.
sure it,
I had a wonderful conversation with you. Thank you for helping me to
Help and serve people through this podcast. I hope this helps the listeners, viewers, in transforming their journey, transforming their, pivoting their life journey into something more meaningful, more fulfilling, more healthier, happier life. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us on this enlightening episode of The Leap Journal. If Vinod's journey resonated with you and you are curious to explore more, you can connect with him via WhatsApp on this number or email him at this email ID. Remember, transformation begins with awareness. Until next time, take the leap and keep growing.